Good morning, this is Jason with your Tuesday WOD call or WOD video on October 1st. Today what we're going to focus on is how to use social media to help your business. So there's a lot of ways that social media can help or hurt your business, and we're going to kind of go through each one of those. When I'm talking about social media, I'm referring to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Google Plus, any of those, but really for this video we're going to focus on Facebook, since that seems to be the most popular way that we connect, or a majority of us connect. So right now we're going to focus on some of the don'ts, and a lot of these should already be basic things that we already know, but yet I think it's always good to have a refresher on these, in case some of these are new, or just get a quick reminder in case we've fallen victim to some of these lately. So first thing is don'ts. We do not want to engage in any type of disagreement or argument on Facebook, right? That should seem pretty simple, but I've actually seen this quite a lot recently, especially with two very important topics that are going on right now today, in the season that we're in. One is going to be politics, and two is going to be sports, generally football. Right? Those are both very emotional, prideful topics that a lot of people have, and if you're not careful, that pride can get in the way and discourage someone or irritate someone, where they're going to unfriend you, hide you, be insulted by you. It's just not worth it, right? I'm very passionate about my football team, but you will never see a football post on my Facebook wall. If you want to have a conversation with me about my football team, we can have that, but I see that it's pointless to engage in some type of conversation or to post how superior I think my team is and irritate someone else, so that we end up going back and forth to the point where they're irritated and they want nothing to do with me nor Avocare, or they may even be a current team member that I've now irritated, and they don't even want to work with me anymore, right? So understand, while it may be the intention is not to harm anyone, those type of disagreements definitely have effect on people and whether or not they want to work with you or work with Avocare in the future. The other thing, we don't want to be an infomercial. We don't want every one of our news feeds or posts to be Avocare related. We want to break it up. We want to show family pictures or talk about other things that are going on within our lives. We don't want to be Avocare all day long, because people will get burnt out. They will hide you. They will, not want to hear any more about it. You'll turn people away for sure. I remember my first couple of posts, I had my best friend reach out to me and go, "What are you doing? You look like you're an infomercial all of a sudden for Avocare." And I did, and so I had to go clean that up. So I didn't realize what I was doing, but when I go back and look, I definitely was doing that, and it was going to turn some people away and definitely draw some questions into what exactly I was doing. You don't want to continue to show product images after product images after product images. I think there's a time and place to show product images. One thing that I've seen to be successful is when you show product images as a part of a recipe, instead of a product image by itself. There's all kind of concoctions going on nowadays with Spark and Rehydrate and Muscle Gain and all these different things. I think when you use them like that, they're okay, because you're coming up with a general recipe that may interest someone, or that you're kind of sharing. But to continue to just show images of ImmunoGuard or Spark or Mass Impact or any of these things because they're on special, or because they're your favorite products, again, it goes back to the infomercial. Let's not do that, because that is going to turn people off as well. We don't want to share our link from our microsite in our post. Rachel had a wide call on that a few days ago. We definitely don't want to do that. This is a personal business. Instead of sharing that link, we want to get in touch with them, help them build their cart, talk to them about product choices, about flavors, things like that, right? Sharing that link is not going to build a relationship. The other thing we don't want to do, and I really haven't seen a lot of this from our team, I have seen this from other teams, and it's something that we need to clean up and be aware of, is don't share your discount through your link or through a Facebook post. You know, don't tell people if you order with me, you're going to get a 20% discount, a 30% discount, anything like that, or you've got 24-day challenges on sale, right? Because you don't have them on sale. And if you do have them on sale, you're violating the guidelines. So, you know, like I said, I haven't seen that a lot, but it's something we need to be aware of. If it's something that you see, report that back to your Ruby or Diamond or Emerald upline leader and ask them what to do. I've seen it, Rachel's seen it multiple different times from people on completely different teams, but that hurts us as a whole from Advocate, right? This vehicle is going to be an opportunity to have financial freedom for all of us if we choose that. But if we allow things to go on like that, then it won't be there forever for us, because something will eventually happen to cause a misfortune that we don't want to happen. So we have got to protect this. It is our obligation as leaders, all of us, to look for the things that aren't allowed and to point them out, because corporate can't be everywhere, and they allow us to be their eyes in the field, and that's what we've got to be. So if you see something like that going on, you know, just report that to one of the leaders that I mentioned, and let's try to get that taken care of. So obviously another don't post incentive flyers on your Facebook wall. So I know all the time through Team Purpose or Team Red Hot, we're having different incentives for transformation contest or other things like that. Don't go share those. If you know somebody that you think is going to be interested, go pick up the phone and call them. Don't rely on Facebook to spread that word. All right. So those are a lot of the don'ts. I'm sure I've missed some more in there, but those are a lot of the highlights that I wanted to cover. Now we're talking about the do. Which are really going to be important, really going to draw some interest if you do them right and correctly. We do want to praise people and their results, right? The big thing that I've noticed that catches my eye when people praise is two things. I look for numbers and I look for before and after pictures. I don't even look at the words. I just scan and look at numbers and pictures. And I feel like that's the majority of people. So if you aren't using those two little tips, definitely use those, because those draw attention, in my opinion. But always praise. We want to allow social media to show positive changes that are occurring in our lives, and also allow social media to show encouragement for others in their lives. So if you see somebody that's going through some things, you know, be a positive light in their life. Show them encouragement, right? We want this to be a reflection of the changes in our lives that have occurred, and we want people to be able to recognize and draw closer to that, or want to be influenced by that. They should be able to recognize that something's going on in our life that is changing, and they want to know what it is because they want to be a part of that. That's the light we're trying to show. Okay. Use social media to connect with old friends, old colleagues, old classmates, right? Social media is a great tool to connect with people that have moved in different areas of the globe, and to reconnect with them. I know there's a document out there posted by Matt Warren on our Facebook group Team Purpose that says 22 out of the last 25 diamonds connected with their sponsor through Facebook. I know we probably had some diamonds since then, so I don't know how accurate those numbers are, but either way, that is a staggering number. That's over 95% of that right there that just connected through Facebook. Now, they didn't build a walkaway business from Facebook. They just connected. Okay, so don't get that, don't misunderstand that, because there is no building a walkaway business through Facebook. There is connecting with people, communicating with people, right? Once people are current team members, use Facebook to communicate with them, to keep them updated on calls or mixers or events. But if it's a big event and you feel like it's an important event, don't rely on Facebook to communicate that. Don't use Facebook to communicate why Success School is so important. Pick up the phone and call them and tell them through your experiences, or why they need to be there and why you're going. Same for regional events, Ladies Alive, Spring Breakthrough, or if you just got a big local corporate event, don't use Facebook then. But it is okay to use for other small settings, right? Because you're going to start growing a team and it's going to get larger. That's a great way to really communicate to the large masses. Remember, one thing I kind of always go back to is I when I listen to the Charlie Rega CDs, Notes on Success. If you were to listen to all 4 CDs, do you want to take a guess at how many times he mentions the word Facebook or social media or internet? And I'll actually go ahead and save you the trouble, but it's 0. He doesn't mention it one time. So he grew this business, and all the people after him grew their businesses without any of this stuff. With the old, pen, paper, and a phone. Making a list, calling people, setting appointments, making business meetings, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a business. And if you were to go open up your own business outside of Avocare, say you were going to go be an auto mechanic, how much of your business do you think would grow on Facebook by being an auto mechanic? Probably not much. Whatever it is, if you're a hairstylist, any of that stuff, if you go start your own business, it's through word of mouth and talking to people and getting them in there, showing them what your service is about. Showing them why your service is so superior to others, what they can expect to see from your product and your service. It's not through Facebook. So don't treat this any differently. This is a business. Treat it as such. It will pay you as such. All right. So understand, how Facebook, social media can really help and hurt. Couple things I'll leave you with. One, and I've seen some people struggle with this, and they've had some frustrations, saying they've made some posts about results and different pictures and never got any interest from anyone. One thing that I've seen is if you haven't been an active social media user prior to your involvement with Avocare, I can just say from what I've seen, don't expect a lot of people to show interest in your posts. And I don't mean that ugly, but people aren't dumb. If you haven't posted on Facebook in a year and all of a sudden you do the 24-day challenge and you're involved with Avocare and you're posting about your results and all this other stuff, that's great. I think you should share that and you should be very proud and honored of that. But I wouldn't expect a lot of people just to show interest to want to join you in that journey all of a sudden, right? You've got to build that influence and that following back up. If you haven't been present, it's going to take a while for you to be present, of just doing general things to have people take an interest and question kind of what you're doing. And the last thing is, I didn't cover anything that's not already covered in a document on Team Purpose or Team Red Hot Facebook groups. So if you want a document form of basically what I covered, go out there and look. They're all out there. So y'all have a great day.